Hello and a very warm welcome to each one of you. And today we are diving into a new section of this chapter. Let me very quickly brief you. Let's do a recap because we are meeting after a couple of days now. तो अभी तक हमने इस चैप्टर में क्या क्या पढ़ा है? हमने तीन चार चीजों के बारे में पढ़ा है. फर्स्ट इज की आइडेंटिटी जो होती है, इट इज द की टू एक्सपेंशन. ठीक है. वी लर्न दैट आइडेंटिटी इज एन इनविजिबल फोर्स कंट्रोलिंग अवर बिहेवियर. ठीक है. और जब हमारी वो कंट्रोलिंग इट इज जैसे हमारा वो कंट्रोल कर रही है बिहेवियर, उसके हिसाब से इट इज ऑल्सो थिंक इट इज लाइक जो हम बिलीव करते हैं अपने बारे में, है ना, वो दैट बिकम्स द रियलिटी ऑफ आवर लाइफ. एंड हम जो एक्ट करते हैं लाइफ में, हम कुछ भी डिसीजंस लेते हैं, कुछ भी एक्ट करते हैं, इट इज इन अलाइनमेंट विथ हु वी बिलीव वी आर, not who we wish to be. I wish to be a millionaire. I wish to be a billionaire. But how I act depends on what do I believe about myself. ठीक है. इसके बाद हमने पढ़ा था how our identity is formed. And उसके अंदर we discovered that our identity is built through experiences, emotional meanings, and the references we collect from life. It is the story we unconsciously accepted about ourselves. हमारे को बड़ों ने, छोटों ने, टीचर्स ने, फ्रेंड्स ने कई बातें बोली होंगी, बट हम किस चीज को अनकॉन्शियसली एक्सेप्ट कर लेते हैं. दैट इज व्हाट मेक्स अ स्टोरी इन आवर हार्ट एंड सोल. एंड उसके हिसाब से हमारी आइडेंटिटी फॉर्म हो. Now, what we are going to read today is about the ultimate pain, that is seed of an identity crisis. इसके अंदर टोनी रॉबिन्स is going to help us understand कि what happens when life forces us to question the story जो हम अपने आप को शुरू से बता रहे हैं. And when the old identity no longer fits who we are becoming. ये एकदम it's like एकदम ट्रांजिशन की तरफ हम जा रहे हैं. ठीक है. So let me very quickly start sharing the screen so that we can read together. Is the screen visible? All right. The ultimate pain, seed of an identity crisis. People who act inconsistently with who they believe they are set the stage for the societal cliche of an identity crisis. When the crisis hits, they are immediately disoriented, question their previous convictions. Their whole world is turned upside down and they experience an intense fear of pain. This is what happens to so many people having a midlife crisis. Most of the women in India would be facing this kind of a crisis around 40s. मैंने जिंदगी में क्या किया है, मैं तो बच्चे ही पालती रह गई, मैंने तो कुछ किया ही नहीं. अरे मैं जॉब पे जाती हूँ, अगर शी इज अ वर्किंग वुमन शी वुड बी सेइंग कि मैं तो जॉब पे गई, मैंने घर नहीं देखा, मैंने अपने बच्चे उस हिसाब से नहीं पाले, मैंने तो उनकी ग्रोथ ही नहीं देखी. एंड द वंस हु वर सिटिंग एट होम टेकिंग केयर ऑफ देयर किड्स, दे वुड बी टॉकिंग अबाउट हाउ आई डिड नॉट डू एनीथिंग इन लाइफ, पीपल डू नॉट हैव टाइम फॉर मी एंड आई एम स्टिल वेटिंग देयर फॉर देम. मैंने तो जिंदगी वेस्ट कर दिया अपनी. दैट इज व्हाट हैपेंस. मिड लाइफ क्राइसिस, आइडेंटिटी क्राइसिस. Often these people identify themselves as being young, and some environmental stimulant turning a certain age, comments from friends, graying hair, cause them to dread their approaching years and the new, less desirable identity that they expect to experience with it. Thus, in a desperate effort to maintain their identity, they do things to prove they are still young, buy fast cars, change their hairstyles, divorce their spouse, change jobs. How many of you have seen graying hair को देख के most of the women would be like, हाय मैं तो बुढ़ी हो रही हूँ, or let me go to the parlor and get this done. How many of you have seen your husbands, them doing things they had never done just to feel young, just to look younger? This is the reality. People are doing that. They sell kuchis with all of a sudden. I still remember my sister-in-law had really long hair when I got married. And after 12 years of my marriage, I saw suddenly she came someday and she had her haircut done. एकदम bob cut बाल हो गए ऐसे मतलब क्या step cutting वगैरह करवा के आ गई. And I was like, wow, you look beautiful. You look 10 years younger. And she was like, yes. If these people had a solid grasp of their true identities, would they experience this crisis at all? I suspect not. Having an identity that is specifically linked to your age and how you look would definitely set you up for pain because these things will change. If we have a broader sense of who we are, our identity never becomes threatened. Even businesses can have identity crisis. Years ago, photocopying giant Xerox Corporation underwent an interesting shift in its image. When personal computing emerged as the wave of the future, Xerox wanted to use their technological power to enter this exciting new market. They put their research and developed staff on it, and after spending approximately $2 billion, they came up with a number of innovative advances, including the precursor to what we know as a mouse. Why then isn't Xerox in the competitive computer race, running neck and neck with Apple and IBM? One reason surely is that in the beginning, its identity didn't really allow for the company to head in this direction. Even its graphic identity, which used to be roly-poly mock, confined to its capacity to be identified as an epitome of cutting-edge computing technology. While the monk symbolized the exacting nature of manuscript copying, he was hardly appropriate for this new venture into high technology, where speed was one of the most highly valued criteria. On the consumer side, the identity Xerox had established as the world's leading copier company did not instill a high confidence in the company's effort to market computers. Compound this with graphic identity that had little to do with how to process information rapidly, and he began to see where some of the Xerox problems originated. Marketing and graphic design experts alike will tell you that the corporate image is a huge filter through which consumers process buying information. They must know who you are, what you stand for, and when they are investing large sum of money, they usually want to buy from the company that exemplifies their product. As Xerox grappled with incorporating this facet of computerization into its existing identity, other companies zoomed to be the forefront, overtaking the market. At this point, Xerox decided that rather than try to change its identity, it would utilize it. It would computerize its photocopiers and concentrate its R&D dollars on improving what it already knew how to do best. Today, Xerox is beginning the process of transformation by producing new Xerox images, airing commercials featuring fast page imagery of plotters, hardware, software, communication networks, and completing the visual image with the words Xerox, the document company. This expanded identity must be conditioned within the culture of Xerox to expand its market, and it using every opportunity to do so. When Written in Chinese, the word crisis is composed of two characters. One represents danger and the other represents opportunity. Crisis, danger, opportunity. Hmm. It doesn't take a crisis for most of us to understand that we can change our behavior. But the prospect of changing our identity seems threatening or impossible to most. Breaking away from our core beliefs about who we are gives us the most intense pain. And some people would even go so far as to kill themselves to preserve those beliefs. This was dramatically illustrated in Victor Hugo's masterpiece Les Miserables. When the hero Jean Valjean is released from the prison work crew, he is frustrated and alone. Although in the many years he spent in the custody of the French police, he was never accepted his label as criminal. He had merely stolen a loaf of bread to feed his starving family and was sentenced to many years of hard labor. Once released, he discovered that he can't get an honest day's work. He is scorned and rebuffed because of his status as an ex-convict. Finally, in a state of helplessness, he begins to accept the identity that his societal label has imposed. He now is a criminal and begins to act as such. When a kind priest takes him in, feeds him, and gives him shelter for the night, he fulfills his criminal identity by stealing his benefactor's humble silver settings. When the police stops Valjean in on a routine check, they discover not only that he is an ex-convict, but also that he is carrying the priest's most valuable possession, a crime punishable by life of hard labor. Valjean is brought back to the face of the priest, and upon presentation of that facts, the priest insists that the silver was a gift and reminds Valjean that he is forgotten the two remaining silver candlesticks. To Valjean's further surprise, the priest subsequently makes his generous falsehood a truth and sends him away with the silver to start a new life. Valjean has to deal with the priest's actions. Why would he believe in him? Why didn't he send him away in the chains? The priest told him that he was his brother, that Valjean no longer belonged to evil, that he was an honest man and a child of God. This massive pattern interrupt changes Valjean's identity. He tears up his prison papers, moves to another city, and assumes a new identity. As he does, all of his behavior changed. He becomes a leader and helps those in his community. However, a policeman, Monsieur Javert, makes it his life's crusade to find Valjean and bring him to justice. He knows Valjean is evil and defines himself as one who brings evil to justice. When Javert finally catches up with him, Valjean has the opportunity to eliminate his nemesis. But he magnanimously spares his life. After a life of pursuit, Javert discovers that Valjean is a good man and perhaps a better man than he, and he cannot deal with the potential of realizing that maybe he was the one who was cruel and evil. As a result, he throws himself into the rapids of River Seine. His supreme agony was the disappearance of certainty, and he felt himself uprooted. Oh, what a frightful thing. The man projectile no longer knowing his road and reconciling. Oh my God. Wow. Two very powerful stories, isn't it? Now, what do we learn from this is the point. सोचने की बात यह है कि हमारी जो आइडेंटिटी है वो हमारे को बिल्ड करनी पड़ती है फ्रॉम एक्सपीरियंसेस. Identity is built from experiences. Every significant movement adds a break to our self-image. Okay? A compliment can make us feel capable, and a criticism can make us question ourselves. And over time, these experiences जो होते हैं solidify into this is who I am. जैसे स्टोरी में बताया गया, right? कि जो भी उनको बोला गया कि if he was told again and he believed that he was a good man, but since he was told multiple times that he's a criminal, he at last turned into a criminal. And once he was reminded by the priest, he's not a criminal, he's a good man and blah, 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 he chose to again shift his identity to the original self. Also, identity is shaped by emotional meaning. If it is not the event itself that defines you, it's the emotions you attach with it. If you failed an exam and felt ashamed, you might have formed the identity that I am not good enough, I am not smart, I am not intelligent. And if you failed but felt determined, you might have created an identity for yourself or formed it that I am resilient. कि जो मर्जी हो जाए लाइफ में, आई एम गोइंग टू कम बैक, आई एम गोइंग टू डू इट अगेन. सेम इवेंट डिफरेंट आइडेंटिटी को क्रिएट कर सकते हैं बेस्ड ऑन द मीनिंग दैट वी गिव टू दोज इवेंट्स. देन जैसे जॉन जोवर्ट, क्या नाम था, आई हैव फॉरगॉटन इट ऑलरेडी, बट या हाउ द गाय हैड shifted his identity, we understand that identity can evolve. Because you gave meaning to experiences, you can change that meaning too. That's how you redesign your identity consciously. जब हम बोलते हैं कि what are the limiting beliefs that you have, what is it that is stopping you from doing something in life, that is a limiting belief, right? And जब उस limiting belief के पीछे आप क्या story सुना रहे हैं अपने आप को, आप वो समझते हो, and then you change the story, you change the perspective of it, that identity gets evolved. ठीक है. अगर इसके जैसे इसमें एग्जांपल दिया गया है, वैसे ही अगर हम देखा जाए, अगर किसी बच्चे को बार बार रिपीटेडली बताता जाए, बोला जाए कि यू टॉक टू मच, है ना, मैंने ये पहले भी रिपीट किया था, तो वो बच्चा हेजिडेंट हो जाएगा. एंड वो जब व्हेन दैट पर्सन ग्रोज अप, दैट पर्सन इज गोइंग टू ग्रो अप लाइक दैट, राइट. इसके अंदर ये भी समझ में आया कि आइडेंटिटी क्राइसिस जो होता है ना, इज कैटलिस्ट फॉर ग्रोथ. कैसे? जैसे इस बंदे की लाइफ में हुआ, जब आइडेंटिटी, व्हेन आवर आइडेंटिटी स्टॉप्स मैचिंग द डिजायर्ड रियलिटी, हमारे अंदर एक कंफ्लिक्ट स्टार्ट हो जाता है. एंड दिस पेन सिग्नल्स इट्स टाइम टू इवॉल्व. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, हाउ आई वाज स्टे एट होम मदर. ठीक है. जब मुझको समझ में आया कि दिस इज नॉट द ओनली थिंग दैट आई वांट टू बी, मेरे बच्चे बड़े हो रहे हैं, आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू बी दैट मदर ऑलवेज, राइट. I was somewhere losing my identity because the kids were growing up. That discomfort pushed me to rediscover myself beyond my roots. That is what I'm doing now. I turned into a mentor. I turned into a life coach and a mindset coach. जो हमने पढ़ा है उससे ये भी पता चलता है कि letting go of an identity feels like losing a part of yours. It is said a mini you has to die for a new you to emerge. That is the pain of losing old self. अगर वो इवन ये पेन हमको तब भी फील होगा even if it no longer serves us. We normally cling to old labels because they gave us certainty, they gave us safety. कहते हैं ना कि कंफर्टेबल बन जाता है, दैट विक्टिमहुड बिकम्स वेरी कंफर्टेबल फॉर यू. And that is why it is said that if you want to succeed in life, you have to become comfortable with the uncomfortable zone. But हमारे को ये समझना है कि every new version of me requires a mini death of the old me. समझे? And every new version of me requires the death of mini me. उसके बाद एक और बड़ी अच्छी प्यारी बात हुई थी, रीबिल्डिंग आइडेंटिटी इज इक्वल टू रीबिल्डिंग सर्टेनिटी. व्हेन यू चूज न्यू मीनिंग्स, न्यू बिलीव्स, न्यू स्टैंडर्ड्स, you create a stronger, truer identity. That's where freedom lies. That is exactly where freedom lies. ठीक है? I would love for you to reflect on this. Where in my life am I holding on to the old identity that no longer serves me? जब तक हम इस चीज के साथ बैठ के नहीं सोचेंगे, क्यों? क्योंकि अवेयरनेस इज द फर्स्ट. ठीक है? जब तक आप इसके बारे में नहीं सोचोगे, तब तक nothing is going to shift. If you really want to shift in life, you need to know where in my life am I holding on to the older identity, older story that no longer serves me. Second, इस चीज के ऊपर आपने रिफ्लेक्ट करना है कि what labels have I outgrown yet still clings to me for safety. What labels have I outgrown and yet clinging to for safety? For example, I truly felt very unworthy till. So I actually did not feel unworthy until and unless up till my in-laws were there. But right after their death, especially my mother-in-laws, I felt really unworthy. I had very bad identity crisis, and I felt that मैंने तो जिंदगी में कुछ किया ही नहीं. And that gave a label to me in my own self-belief कि I have not done anything in life. और इस चीज को मैंने I clinged on to it till next 3, 4, 5 years. ठीक है? तो वो जो लेबल है उसके अंदर मैं आगे बढ़ चुकी थी, बट स्टिल आई वाज क्लिंगिंग ऑन टू इट क्योंकि दैट विक्टिमहुड फेल्ट लिटिल मोर सिक्योर. अब अगर मैं बोलती हूँ ना आई एम नॉट वर्दी, आई फील लाइक अरे क्या बात कर रही है. आर यू गेटिंग इट? सी फॉर योरसेल्फ कि ऐसे कौन से लेबल्स हैं जो आप आउटग्रो कर चुके हो और फिर भी आप उस चीज को क्लिंग ऑन कर रहे हो बिकॉज इट गिव्स यू सेफ्टी, इट गिव्स यू सर्टेनिटी. Number 3, I would love for you to understand who am I becoming and what would it take to fully step into this identity. So अगर आपको नहीं पता who am I becoming, at least ये तो पता होगा what do you desire to become, how do you wish to become, and once you know what you want to become, I would love for you to do some research work about what would it take to fully step into the identity of the kind of person you want. So जल्दी से एक काम करते हैं, एक पेपर ले लो, ठीक है, कॉपी पेन लो, पेपर लो, एंड मेक अ कॉलम। ऑन द लेफ्ट साइड राइट द ओल्ड मी। इसके अंदर आप लेबल करोगे, 3 to 5 लेबल्स लिखो, रोल्स लिखो, बिलीफ्स लिखो, ठीक है, दैट यू हैव आउटग्रोन। ऑन द राइट साइड you are going to write the emerging me. Who are you becoming? ये करना है, ठीक है। स्टेप नंबर 2 इज सर्कल ओल्ड आइडेंटिटी यू हैव ऑलरेडी रिलीज्ड। ऐसी आइडेंटिटी को सर्कल करना है जो आपने ऑलरेडी रिलीज कर दी है, ठीक है। एंड थर्ड स्टेप इज राइट एंड अफर्मेशन। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई lovingly release the old me and embrace who I am meant to be, या फिर who I am becoming. I lovingly release the old me and embrace who I am becoming, या फिर embrace the new me, ठीक है। जब आप ये एक्टिविटी कर लोगे ना, आई वुड लव फॉर यू टू रीड इट अलाउड, and it should be a voice of declaration so that your subconscious mind is rewired, okay. कभी कभी ना, the pain you're feeling is not because you are breaking down. It is because you are breaking through. Do you know how जब चिड़िया का अंडा होता है, अंडे के से अंदर से चिक को निकलना होता है, स्पैर उसके बच्चे को, वो हेड मारता होगा, क्रैक करता होगा एग को, है ना, तब निकलता होगा। इट वुड बी पेनफुल, बट इट इज पेनफुल not because it is going to break, it is going to die. It is painful because उसके आगे उसको अपने उसके wings बनाने हैं, उनको expand करना है। It is a breakthrough. When a mother births the child might be going through such big pain. But is it the pain to die, or is it the pain for a breakthrough? Now you have to become comfortable with this pain for the break. ठीक है। All right, that's it. Thank you for joining in. It was a beautiful read. Take good care of yourself. Lots and lots and lots of love to each one of you. Mwah. Love you. Bye. See you tomorrow.